Daddy born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the back seat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. It is Thursday, December 15th, 2022. So glad you could be with me this morning here at Forex Smart Trade. Our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself by putting you on the path to financial independence, letting you work less and earn more. And we do that by teaching you how to trade using our highly accurate proprietary trading indicators. And we found that the best way to teach you is with personalized one-on-one training. And that becomes the most efficient and effective way to learn. Trading is difficult, but we think we have simplified it to the point that it is doable for anyone. And we back that up with a pledge to let you trade with company funds once you've been trained, because we are confident that you won't lose the money. So with that, let's get into it. We start with listening to this guy.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is as part of the training, we do these live trade sessions. When you are a regular member, we have one at 10 a.m., which tends to be a scalp trade. And then we have another one at 10 p.m., which is morning time in Australia. And they focus on trading Australian pairs. That tends to be a little bit longer term trade. And with the program, in addition to the training and the use of the indicators, we try to become an accountability partner for you, whereby you've got somebody watching what you do, and we watch what you do because you're trading company funds, and give feedback to help keep you improving. And we have, in addition to your one-on-one training, we've got weekly training events. Every Wednesday night, we've got an advanced member meeting at 9 p.m. Eastern. And every Saturday morning, when the market's closed, we have a back to basics where we just keep reviewing things and taking questions so that you can get better. As you know, I trade off of if you've been here before, I trade off of a checklist. So let's bring it over. A good habit to restart green chart every day. At the end of every day, it is good to take a look at what you did right, what you did wrong, and correct it. Last night's trade set up the pound yen did what it was supposed to. The Euro USD, if you left it you would have been stopped out. I hedged it when it started to move about 12 points away. So I didn't, I let it continue to run. And then this morning when I got up, I just closed everything out and maybe took a $1,200 loss versus the $2,500 loss. It does take, although I give out those trade setups every once in a while, they don't do what I expect. I did go back and take a look. The signal, if I were to look at it 10 times out of 10, I would take a sell there. Or excuse me, was it a sell? A buy. I guess the only hesitancy would be that it had run up quite a bit, but the signal was still strong buy. And more times than not, just out of experience, the signal is better than the intuition. So as you get trained, you will learn those things. So they do need a little bit of caretaking. So in this case, I did hedge it, and that helped minimize the loss. We are technical traders. Technical traders means we are trading based on the price action. Our indicators are very good at giving us a sense of the direction of the market. However, news does impact currency prices. So we want to know what news is coming up so that we can trade around it. And the best place to get that news is forexfactory.com. And as we can see at 7 a.m., we've got some news coming up on the pound. And the things we're worried about are the things in red. They categorize items yellow, low impact, orange, medium impact, and red, high impact. So at 7, we've got a bunch of information on the pound. At 8:15, we have information on the euro. And at 8:30, we've got information on the dollar. So we're taking three pairs off the table today. And not only do we have reds on the USD, we've got yellows. So all of this is gonna narrow our options this morning. I like to stay out of it 2 hours beforehand because many of these numbers are, they already know what the number is. It's been pre-calculated, and it starts to get released before the official announcement. And those releases before the official announcement will sometimes cause things to start moving. So rather than try to guess, and we aren't guessing. Guessing is gambling. We just stay out of it. So we'll see what we've got, but we've lost over half the prospective pairs with all of this being red. So with that, let's get into it. The trade I am going to do is something called the 10-point signal. We've got a dozen different signals. As we train you, we will develop a trade plan around how you like to trade. When you start out, we start you out with a very simple signal that allows you to trade frequently using that 5-in-1 signal, a 5-minute, 1-minute chart signal. For me, that's too much work. I prefer to just be able to look at the charts a few times a day and see if I see my setup and then take it. And what we're going to review right now is how I see that setup. I am trading off of a 1-hour chart. I like to be at least 30 minutes into it to take the trade. Usually on a 1-hour chart, trades are worth from 5 to 35 pips. My sweet spot is 11 pips. I'm expecting the trade to close within 1 to 3 hours. Now, that's different on the overnight trade because on the overnight trade, I am taking that off of a day chart. So I expect it to close in the middle of the night. And basically what I'm looking for are the lines to all line up a certain direction. I count them, and if I get the 7 out of 10 with lines from each of the 3 sections, we've got a good trade. So with that, let's take a look. Chart I'm trading off of this morning is the Light 6 Major, which is one of the standard charts. It is a composite chart because it has multiple currency pairs on it, all in a 1-hour candle. And on this first chart, they're all U.S. Pairs. So I am looking for situations. I'm starting with the middle part of the chart, the majors and minors, and I am looking for situations where the lines are either all below this horizontal red line, which is the oversold line pointing up, or above this horizontal blue line, which is the overbought line pointing down. When they are above the line, the market is overbought. That's a good time to sell. When they are below the line, the market is oversold. That's a good time to buy. Now, here we theoretically have the signal. We're oversold. Everybody's going up. And the third part of the signal is I've got a double cross where the green line is crossed over the red and the gray line is crossed over the black. Now, I do not like this because even though we're oversold, we're not close enough to going into the channel. And as you can see, we have been oversold here on the Australian dollar for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 hours. So the idea, can I get 10 pips being oversold? You certainly can. If we take a look here, if you caught this in the beginning, even if you came out now, that's worth 65 pips. So we're oversold, and you were able to get 65 pips out of it. That just isn't part of my trade strategy. My trade strategy is I want to get a high probability trade when we're oversold going up or overbought going down. But is it possible to make pips when we're oversold and taking a sell trade? Yes, it is. And here's a perfect example. So I don't like this, even though I have the signal here. If I were to bump up and take a look at the TNTs, the 2 orange lines are going up. Dotted blue is coming down. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue's going down, that means buy. So all 3 are telling, I got 3 of the 4 telling me buy. And I have the green line on top. And it is starting to diverge. It's separating from the red line and is starting to roll. The slope there's less of a down slope here than there was over here. But again, for me right now, we're not kind of quite close enough. Plus we've got the news on the USD coming up. So we're going to pass. I know we're not going to take a trade on the USD, but I find it helpful to just go through and explain what I see and use it as a teaching moment. Oversold, majors going sideways, minors going down. So I don't have agreement and direction. So we'll pass. Pound USD. Everybody's going up. We were oversold. We've got the double cross. So we've got 3 points here. There is good steepness on the green line. If I go up to my TNTs, I've got the 2 orange lines going up, the 2 blue lines coming down. So I've got all 4 telling me buy. I've got down pressure with green on top. Green on top gives me a point. I want either the lines to go up or the green line to be on top. I've got the green line on top, and the slope is decreasing. So I've had a steeper slope. It kinked here. It's less steep, and the green line is pulling away from the red line. So I've got 8 points here. However, we got 2 news items coming up, one on the pound, one on the dollar. So I'm not going to take it. What the next step would be, however, though, is if I like the trade, is I would jump over and I'd want to confirm the setup. And I would confirm the setup by looking at a multi-time chart. Multi-time chart, looking at the 2 and the 4 hour to see if they confirm. Here the 2 hour is oversold going up, so that's supporting what I'm seeing here. Here the 4 hour, the minor's oversold, but the major isn't. The major is still coming down. It's in the channel. It's almost oversold, but it's not oversold. So I would probably hesitate on taking this trade, because this is telling me there's more down in the move, while this is telling me there's up in the move. And because of the contradiction, I'm not going to take the trade, or I'm going to pass on the trade. So this isn't ready now. This is starting to run out of gas on the 4 hour, because you can see the kink from more steep to less steep, but it's still going down. So we would pass on that. USD Canadian dollar, we're in the middle of the channel. Majors have turned, and minors are starting to turn also, so nothing there. USD Swiss franc, this is a nice signal. I like this signal very much. Overbought, everybody's going down. We're just entering into the channel, so see the difference here, where the lines are just going into the channel versus here where there's a big gap. They're going up, but there's a big gap here. And you can see when there's a gap, this can linger down below the line for a while, versus when it is close to entering, it usually will keep going through. So this is nice. The lines, there's nice steepness here on the green line, and the majors and minors are kind of clustered together. That enhances the signal. 2 orange lines going down, 2 blue lines going up. So all 4 are telling me sell. Telling me sell. And I've got the red line on top. So I've got a point here. So again, 8 points. Nice setup. This setup is actually nicer than this setup. But if we go, there was just news on the Swiss franc earlier this morning. So because of this news coming out on the USD at 8:30, we're just going to pass. We're too close to the time, and we've got no idea how this is going to impact the currency market. USD yen, we got nothing here. We're overbought. Both majors and minors are going sideways. I have cloned the light 6 major, and then basically put 6 other non-US pairs in here. Euro pounds, we're just reaching over bought. Australian dollar yen, this is a terrific signal. Oversold, everybody's going up. I've got the double cross, so that's the 3 points. On top of that, I've got very good steepness in the green line. Green line is almost 80 degrees. And the lines are all clustered. The lines are even clustered better here than they were on that last one we were taking a look at. 2 orange lines going up. 2 points, but 2 blue lines going up also. So this is telling me sell. So I don't have 3 out of 4 here. I want to have 3 out of 4 here to take the trade. Down pressure. However, the green line is on top. So I'm missing a point here. Other reason I would hesitate on taking this, and actually while we were talking, we just lost the yellow line. Thin yellow line went from going up to going down. And then if you look at the slope of the green line, the slope of the green line flattened out while we were talking. Before it was at 90 degrees. Now it's at less than 45 degrees, or it was at 80 degrees, excuse me. So when all 3 parts of the chart agree that's a high probability trade. I only need a couple good trades a day to be able to make this, and you will get those good trades, a couple good trades a day if you just follow my setups at night. So we're going to pass it. The other thing about this is it's evening time in Australia and Japan, so it's non-prime time, and I don't like to trade a pair unless at least one of the pairs are in prime time. So with that, we will pass. Euro, Canadian dollar, oversold. Everybody's going up. Double cross. So 3 points. Good steepness here. 2 orange lines going up, dotted blue coming down. So 3 points here, supporting the buy that we're seeing here. Down pressure, but green is on top. So we've got 7 points. 7 points. And there's some news coming up on the euro, right? So that's going to take that off the table. 8:15. Monetary policy statement, and then a press conference after it. So good signal, but we're not going to trade it. And that is one of the things you need to get good at, is having the emotional discipline to say, all right, I kind of like this, but I'm not going to trade it right now. So this is a good signal, as on other days, today we've seen a bunch of good signals, but we've got news announcements coming up that makes us so that we can't trade on them. AUD, NZD, majors going sideways, minors going down, and we wouldn't trade it because of the time of day. Pound yen, overbought. We've got this agreement between the majors and minors coming down, majors going up. Australian euro, Australian dollar, overbought, minors coming down, majors they're going down, but it's really more sideways. There's no steepness on the green line here. So let's keep going. Canadian dollar, yen. Canadian dollar, yen. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Overbought. Everybody's coming down. And I've got the double cross. There's nice steepness here in the green line. It's more than 45 degrees, maybe 55. The lines aren't clustered, though. But anyways, this is a nice signal. What would make it a little better is if the majors were a little closer to the blue horizontal line, the overbought line. 2 orange lines going down, dotted blue going up. So 3 of the 4 telling me sell. I've got up pressure, but the red line on top. Up pressure, but the red line on top. Here's a case where, we're going into prime time for the Canadian dollar. So let's take a little bit further look at this. Canadian dollar, yen. And see if we see the confirmation. So now I'm going to look. So here's the signal we were looking at. 3 points here, 3 points here, 1 point here, red lines on top. I am looking for situations. I want to be overbought. I want to be overbought. I don't necessarily care that the lines are going down. So I have that here on the 2 hour. I have that here on the 4 hour. Only thing I don't like here on the 2 hour. So it kind of meets both of my criteria that we're overbought across all 3. Only thing I don't like is that the majors have been hanging out above the overbought line for 10 hours. I prefer situations where we've gone from one side to the other. So this is kind of closer But even here, you can see 4, 8. It's been up here 12 hours. I prefer something where you see it, the lines have just come through. Once they've come through, there's a better chance that they're going to turn back. When they've been hanging up here for an hour, they can hang up here for another 6 hours. My goal in seeing what the 2 and the 4 hour chart are doing is if for some reason the hour on the 1 hour, the signal on the 1 hour weakens, I will still pick up the trade off the 2 and the 4 hour. It's just going to take longer. When the lines have been hanging out up above, that means it might even take longer. And my goal is to get in and out. I want to be out in 1 to 3 hours. If this had come up through the channel and went from oversold to overbought, all right, if my trade extends and I don't get it within the 3 hours, maybe then I'll get it between 2 to 6 hours. But here, hanging up here, that's a little bit of an issue. So let's take a look at, we'll just do a little bit more analysis and take a look at the next thing would be is to figure out what the trade is worth and just to look at a straight chart. So CAD, JPY. And here we want to see, I want to know where the support and resistance is. And support and resistance are spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. And I crunched the chart up so I have more data points to see where the stops are. So it seems to stop in here, over here, over here. Let's put another one in. On the Euro USD, these tend to be about 30 to 40 pips apart. And I am just trying to, so right in here a little bit, right in here. I'm going to open the chart back. I'm going to open the chart back up. There's no data points for a long way. Now we had a big downtrend. And for the last 2 weeks, it seems to be going sideways. I want to know what the trend is, because if I'm taking a buy trade in a sell trend, that's going to impact how many pips I want to take. And let's take a look at this. We are 36 to 91. That's over 50 pips, 55 pips. It's a little large. Let's see if we drop one more line in. Seems to stop in here a bit, over here, over here. So there was some news today. I'd like to know how many pips we have. Oops. Coming down. We've got 19 pips coming down, and what is that? That's not right. 96 pips. Why am I getting this bad number here? Try it again. That's 19 pips coming down. Oh, I'm looking at it like it's, oh, come on. And it is almost 10 pips going up. So that's about right. And it's continuing to go down while we speak. We've just had a big down move, a big up move. So I want to, oops, what's going on here? Nope, that's not what I want. sorry. Let's just take a look at a Fibonacci and see what we see here. Oops, I got it backwards. Let's delete this and do it the other way. So Fibonacci is showing me when we have a big run like this, there tends to be retracement. Fibonacci shows us, and it will usually retrace to the 38% mark, which is just on the other side of this. The candle is, oh, sorry, I'm going a little slow here. All right, let's save this. And go back and take a look at the signal. All right, so it's pushed down, but it's weakened. Going down, entering the channel here, starting to come down here. The gap is increased here. All right, I like this as a sell. Let's go back and take a look. I'm just thinking about it. Housing starts. So nothing. Let's go ahead and take this for a 15 pip sell. 15 pip sell. So we're going to open up our MetaTrader. You can do that in your simulator. So that's Canadian dollar yen. So we're going to go to File, New Chart, because I don't think I have that open. File, New Chart. Canadian dollar yen, not there. So Canadian dollar yen. I don't see it here. Canadian dollar yen. Not there. Did I miss it up above? Oh, there it is, Canadian dollar yen. Let's put it on a 1 hour chart so we can see what's going on. There's a 2-3 pip spread, but on a 15 pip trade, that's okay. So we are going to go ahead and take a sell. In this account, this is a demo account. There's $12,500 in it. So I am going to move the lot size, the decimal over 4 spots and take a 1.25 trade. Click on new order, confirm the symbol, confirm the volume. It's going to be a market execution. I'm going to sell by market. And once it's recorded, I am going to right click modify order. We're going to take 15 pips. 15 pips is 150 points. If I click the button, it will calculate the take profit for me. We're going to use a 3-to-1, so we're going to use a 450 on the stop loss. Click the red button, it does the math, and then it drops both in, and then I want to just make sure I see everything. So I am happy with that. So we took a sell on the Canadian dollar yen, a sell with a take profit of 100.422, take profit of 100.422, and a stop loss of 101.204, 101.024, 101.024. I will expect that to close within the next 3 hours. All right, gang. Thank you for joining me this morning. I am here to answer any questions or help in any way I can. If you want to speak with me, you can go to forexsmarttrade.com, forexsmarttrade.com/schedule, and book some time with me. Thanks so much. It's an honor that you've been willing to spend some time with me on an analysis this morning, and good trading. Bye-bye. We'll talk again on Monday evening.